A lot of people think they can't manifest what they want because they lack discipline or they haven't found the right method yet. But what if a part of you is unconsciously loyal to staying where you are? Carl Jung once said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Okay, and ancient traditions knew that already long ago. They knew that secretly people stay loyal to suffering, limitations, and pain. It's like a hidden contract that you just can't break. But in this video, I will reveal to you how you can untie from this hidden contract. After this video, you will know how to break this hidden bow and create a new one, right? You can finally untie from your old self. So, how does it actually look like at all if there is a hidden bow, right? If you have this. So on a very, very subtle level, it feels like success, for example, is dangerous. Like you will lose something if you become successful. But this level very often is too subtle, so most people, they can't even identify with that. So I will give way more concrete examples, right? So if you're never aware into this, it looks like you are working, for example, let's say you are working to be more successful, right? More aligned with your vision, right? And what happens is you're working, you're waking up, you're using these things from the videos, right? You're trying to work on your subconscious, you put in effort every day. But somehow you just you still have doubts about it on a very subtle level. You keep having doubts about it in an unexplainable way. After a couple of months or a half year, you just notice that in this one area, you're still the same place. So no matter what you do, in a magical, mysterious way, you end up in the same fucking place again. So basically in the same level, the same spot in this life area. And you can explain it yourself. You put in the effort, you make things, you just hear the gurus talking about strategies, constantly talking about strategies, and it is all just about making more effort. And even though you try, you end up at this, always at the same fucking spot. And this cycle just repeats itself. So over time, you feel unconsciously more demotivated and actually you doubt yourself whether it will be something at all. But you still try because this desire is real. It's like really your wish, you really want it. But you feel every time a little bit more powerless. Okay, this is an example how it can look like. Okay, how you recognize it in reality. This that you go one step forward, 2 steps backward, basically, right? And you can explain yourself that at all because you put in the effort, you do what people say or the books say. Okay. Yeah, it's a pretty brutal experience, to be honest. So what can you do about it? So you must imagine one of these reasons why it happens is because like when you were a child, you were giving basically like a role. It was like a movie and you were giving a role. And till this day, it can be very likely, if you have not untied from that you are still playing this role, right? And if, let's say, if power was not okay in your family or for your father, now you become more powerful, you feel your child, okay, feels like becoming powerful, successful means losing this connection to your father, right? So your this inner aspect is too afraid to let that go. It's way too afraid to let that go. So subconsciously, you end up at the same spot to recreate this reality. So until you make this hidden contract conscious, you will try to recreate your old reality. Okay? So what can you do for the start? Look first at one area, the look of what you want. Let's say financially, right? what do you want? It can be any area, but yeah, so what do you want? Look at the clear specific goals, right? And now you ask yourself for the start to come closer to that. Why is it that you not have that? Now there are coming maybe some doubts up. Like write some sentences down, 3 to 5. Can be also a bit more, but you don't have to write like, all the time. So now just look which sentence is the most emotionally charged before we come to the main point that has to do with the inner child aspect, where you become conscious of that. So which sentence is the most emotionally charged? Okay, so basically you know what kind of goals you have, and there are some doubts towards that. Now you have this emotional charge. And you choose that is the most emotionally charged. And now you ask yourself, okay, so you look at your goals. Now imagine like you would have it right now. When I mean imagine, I don't mean that you sit right now and visualize how thankful you are. Like literally just imagine you have it right now. Like you have instantly the result, like in real life. Now, if you have this result right now, for who will it be a problem? For who will it be a problem and why? For example, maybe it is a problem for your inner child because to become successful, it will mean to lose the connection to your parents. Maybe your parents also didn't like success or didn't like money at all, right? So to become really successful would mean to lose this connection to them. That's what it's at least believes, okay? So what it's about is that you learn, hey, you can still have this connection and have the very thing you want, okay? So you can have both, okay? So you just become conscious of it and write this question down that I said before, right? So why is it a problem and for who? For who is the problem and why, right? And now you look at this belief that you have chosen before, this belief that you have chosen before and underlined. And what you do is you just start to question that. Is it true at all? Right? Like, is it really guaranteed truth? Like, will be also true for every single person in this world. Like, if you look at the entire world population. So then it's not objective. Make the consequence of this belief aware. Like, for example, how do you feel, think, and act if you believe that? So if you have this belief, how do you feel, think, and act? And what is the biggest cost of this belief? Right? What is the biggest cost, especially the emotional cost, right, for this belief? Just overall the cost. Just write actually everything. The emotional cost, the physical, mental cost, if there's any. And now you just try to find at least 3 times evidence why it's not true. Okay? Any evidence counts, even small ones. After that, you just flip the belief. You just turn it around. Okay? So if the belief was, having to have success is very, very difficult and a lot of struggle, then you can turn it around like to have success can be effortless or is effortless. Okay? It depends on where you are with your reality. If it's too far away, it's good to have a bridge at the start, right? Rather than going from black to white, you just make something in between. Like, it can be effortless, right? Or having success can make also a lot of fun, right? And what you now do is simply find evidence for this new belief and try to find at least 3 times evidence that it's true. Okay? Any evidence counts. For example, you know someone, he's successful, or you heard someone on social media and he has a lot of fun. Okay? This can be like an evidence. And What you do then is just ask yourself, okay, what is an aligned action? What will you allow yourself to do and to be? If this belief is fully true. So if you believe this fully, if you allow yourself to be that, to believe that, what type of action would you take, and what would you allow yourself finally? And this is it. This is where you have to go. Okay, now if you struggle with this, or you notice that you have a lot of blockages, click on the link below and join my free discovery call where we can talk more about it. I can give you tips and see how I can help you so that you can make faster progress. And comment below. So what did you learn about the hidden contract? Or what is your new belief? What is your new perspective on life? So what was the learning for you?